I totally forgot to address this on Dynamite this past week. And partially it was my fault because I got tired. I even went back to double check to make sure I did talk about this. But I just saw how I was like, I'm talking with my eyes shut and everything. I'm like, I was tired. And I completely forgot. And I even like teased that thing earlier in the review. So again, this is me like making up for it in this SmackDown review. But again, this clip will be taken from this video. It'll still be in this review, of course, but I'll upload this as a separate clip after my SmackDown review. So I forgot to address something at the end of the show. So at the end of the show on Dynamite on Wednesday night, we had Hangman Adam Page be saved from a beatdown from the Blackpool Combat Club by the Elite. And of course, that is a interesting tease because we all know the history with Hangman Adam Page, Kenny Omega, and the Elite. Where, of course, yes, Kenny Omega for a while was accepting Hangman Adam Page into the group. But of course, when they started, when they were tag champs and things started to fall off for them, Kenny Omega was going back into business for himself. And obviously, that caused him to push Hangman Adam Page aside. Yes, he's been gone for a while. Okay, yes, we saw them go head to head with some fallbacks in the match at All Out 2022. Whenever the Elite took on the Dark Order with Hangman Adam Page teaming with them, throwbacks to that. But now, of course, we have the Elite confronting the newly heel Blackpool Combat Club, and they saved Hangman Adam Page. And what I still like about how this was shot, we didn't see that Hangman noticed it was the Elite who saved him. And as he turns around to look at them, the camera goes black. So I'm thinking it's going to lead to a match. Now, some people are saying don't do blood and guts for them. It may not be blood and guts, who knows? But because it looks like the Outcasts and the AEW Originals, whatever you want to call them, they're going to be the ones to be getting the blood and guts match, which I'm cool with. You can still do another blood and guts match with the males if you wanted to. Or, of course, you want to maybe have one do blood and guts, one do a Stadium Stampede match, or a Anarchy in the Arena, which I still think either of those should, it still feels odd because if you want to do blood and guts of the Outcasts, I'm pretty sure you gotta have a match involving that big group as some way at the pay-per-view also. So either way, I feel like, this feud is still going to get some type of big, stipulation to it. But of course, let's address the problem here. Hangman Adam Page joining the Elite would make it 4 for the Elite, 3 for the Blackpool Combat Club. Now, a lot of people are saying maybe Bryan Danielson will return and team up with them. He chose to be. But then again, after the promo that he had cut, basically saying he was going to go home because he realized, MJF was right. He needed to put being a father first before anything else, which is why he tapped out to lose the match at Revolution to his own finisher, the LaBelle Lock. But so to me, that's I don't think that means. I don't think you can have Bryan Danielson come back as a heel from that. Why would you? I mean, then again, he has to wherever he has to for his family, but we've seen that story being told how many times. So to me, Bryan should be I don't want to be involved with this anymore. And, go off on his own. So who do I think the 4th member should be for the Blackpool Combat Club? And to me, if FTR is going to be busy with the Guns, and the Elite is feuding with the Blackpool Combat Club, Obviously, I don't think you can like have like both those feuds go on at the same time. So maybe eventually we'll get FTR teaming up with this person for the trios tag titles, but maybe not yet. This is where, I mean, and again, I did not come up with this, but I did think of this before I read other YouTubers or other people on Twitter pitch this idea. But I mean, even if I wouldn't have come up with first, I gotta admit, I agree. I do agree with this. I think the fourth person who should join the Blackpool Combat Club in this feud with the Elite and Hangman Adam Page is CM Punk. Because, okay, people have obviously, cooled off on the CM Punk thing. But there are people also saying is, let's stop fighting about this, bring it to TV, and let's make money from this. Now, at first, it's like, okay, you thought, okay, the Elite and CM Punk and FTR, okay, but when you have Hangman Adam Page joining in the frame, Hangman Adam Page was another person that CM Punk had beef with. Especially in, I think, one of the promos that Punk took offense to what Hangman Adam Page said, which is why CM Punk went into business for himself on that one episode of Dynamite and called out Hangman Adam Page for a match. And, of course, then he made some joke about it or whatnot, and he has moved on from it. That was him going into business for himself. So, again, if you want to make realism here, you want to have CM Punk feud with all four guys he had total beef with. Of course, hey, let's go as far as this. Let me go as far and say this, because I just thought of this. Guys he has beef with, what if somehow Bryan Danielson did join the Blackpool Combat Club? This one I just thought of. This one is, as far as I know, is what I just thought of. So I'm giving myself credit for this one, because I didn't hear anybody else pitch this idea. You want to make it 5-on-5. What if Bryan Danielson still does come back and join the BCC? Who is one person that the Elite can bring in, obviously. Even though it's still going to be weird because the Blackpool Combat Club are now heels, and the Elite, wasn't completely innocent in this either. What if they brought in Colt Cabana? And it was the Elite with Hangman Adam Page and Colt Cabana versus the Blackpool Combat Club with Bryan Danielson and CM Punk. I'm just saying, if you want to make it 5-on-5, and you have Bryan Danielson, who has been with the Blackpool Combat Club. Yes, the story for him right now does not fit for me to see him as a heel, but they could make that work somehow. Again, have CM Punk fight the men he had beef with to make money out of this whole thing. Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page, Colt Cabana, all 5 of them were people that Punk went off about in the media scrum. Again, I was coming in here intending just to mention Punk and Hangman be added to this, but then when I said he has beef, that's when I'm like, wait a second. And a light bulb went off in my head. Colt Cabana should be involved in this. If you really want to put the cherry on top, what's the main reason why this beef all started is because of the one man that the Elite were trying to stick up for, and that is Colt